So here is your first look at a real and fake pair of the Nike Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Scotts in the reverse mocha colorway. Can you tell any differences between these two? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a comparison video for you between two pairs of the Nike Air Jordan 1 Travis Scott Reverse Mocha. Yes, this is a big one. So here I have two pairs. The retail one is on my right, the fake one is on my left, and it's just a comparison to show you what to look for if you're trying to purchase a retail pair. This is probably the most in-demand shoe at the moment, so pay close attention if you want to see the details between a real and fake and what to do if you're trying to purchase a retail pair. So the first difference I'm going to point out is the actual boxes themselves. So these are both a UK 9, however there is a difference in the box. So if I show you from above, you can see that the retail compared to the fake box, the retail one is much larger than the fake one. Like I said, these are both a UK 9, so the boxes should be the same size, however this is not the case. There is also a difference in color on the top of the box. If you take a closer look at the Nike swoosh logo and the Nike text on top in the brown color, you can see it's slightly lighter on the retail box compared to the fake one where it's slightly darker. However, this difference is very hard to see and I can only really see it in studio lighting, so this is one of the details you're going to have to pay close attention to. Spinning the shoes around to the side and taking a look at the labels on both boxes here, we can see a difference once again. So where it says Air Jordan 1 Low OGSP, where it gives the model number and also the Sale University Red Ridge Rock colorway, you can see that on the fake one the text is much larger and much thicker than compared to the retail one. In terms of the world sizing to the right in the four boxes, I would say these are incredibly close, but I would actually say it might be slightly thicker on the retail box. However, these details are incredibly close, but you can see differences when comparing the labels side by side. But like I say in every video, nobody really wants me to compare the boxes for the whole time, so we'll open them up and take a close look at the shoes. So we'll open up the retail one here. As you can see, the Cactus Jack pink paper on top just covers over the shoe. And if we open up the fake one, we can see the shoes are directly exposed. The paper is lying flat on the bottom of the box, which is just a common flaw with fakes. They don't seem to wrap the shoes up, which I don't really know why they don't do this because it could take 2 seconds. But often when I get fakes in, the paper is lying flat on the bottom. So just if you get a dead stock pair, expect the paper to be wrapped across the shoes. So actually another difference with the paper is on the retail one, the paper comes in two sets. There's a white one and a pink paper, whereas on the fake one, it's just the pink paper that's inside the box. They don't actually have that secondary white paper, which is on the retail pair only. So taking a closer look at the papers, and this is showing up clearly on the camera, I can see it. The paper on the retail one is a much truer pink compared to the fake one, which just looks a little bit faded and light compared to the retail one. Also, I would say the retail one, the paper is much thicker than it is on the fake one. The fake one is incredibly thin compared to the retail one. When looking closely at the paper as well, you can see where it has the Cactus Jack logo here. You can see that the print on the fake one is slightly smudged compared to the retail one, which is very crispy and clear compared to the fake one where it looks a bit smudged and the font text is slightly thick. So here is your first look at a real and fake pair of the Nike Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Scotts in the reverse mocha colorway. Can you tell any differences between these two? So the first difference I'm going to point out between the two is to take a closer look at the Nike Air label at the top of the tongue. So if I give you a close-up of this, you can see on the retail one, the Air text is very close to the bottom of the label. Whereas on the fake one, you can see there's a much larger gap between the bottom of the Air text and the bottom of the label. Here you can see that the label is actually a lot larger and misplaced on the fake one compared to the retail one. Also, if you spin this label upside down, take a look at the text on the back, you can actually see differences between the retail and fake. So here you can see the text font size is very different from retail to fake. Also, you can see the actual color of the text is slightly different. I would say it's much darker on the fake one compared to the retail one where it's lighter. Also, it seems like the font text size is slightly thicker on the fake, which actually might give off this darker appearance. So one of the most noticeable aspects of this shoe is the nubuck suede on the toe box area. So if I give you a close-up of this, you can see a difference between the retail and fake. So what I would say is there is a difference in quality between the two pairs. So if you look from the close-up here, as I run my finger over it, you can see the color change on the retail pair on the nubuck suede. Whereas if you look at the fake one, it doesn't quite do this because the nubuck suede is slightly shorter and just not as high quality on the fake one compared to the retail one. As you run your finger over it, you should expect to see the color change from the quality of the nubuck moving beneath your finger. So this is the exact same on the outside of the shoe where the nubuck suede is in the brown material underneath the backward swoosh. As you move your finger over it, you can see the color change as the nubuck moves beneath your finger. Spinning the shoe around to the back and taking a look at the embroidered Air Jordan Wings logo on the back of both shoes, you can see there are slight differences between the two pairs. If you look at the Air Jordan text, you can see that the text is actually slightly thicker on the retail pair compared to the fake one, where the embroidered is just slightly tighter together on the fake one, because the Air Jordan stands out quite a lot on the retail pair compared to the fake one, where it looks a little bit squished together and compact. What I would also say on the heel here, the white leather panel beneath this, you can see how tumbled it is. On the retail pair, I would say it's more tumbled leather than the fake one. The fake one goes smooth in areas where they haven't got the exact same material between the two pairs. Looking at the inside of the shoe, you can see there's a clear difference in quality of material used for the inside swoosh. So if I show you from the close-up here, you can see the fake one has tried to replicate the tumbled leather on this inside swoosh. However, the material actually feels very different between the two pairs, with the retail one being an incredibly soft leather, whereas the fake one being slightly laminated and has a slight glossy look to it compared to the retail one. If we take a look at the tongue again and take a look at the Cactus Jack logo on both of the tongues, we can see differences here. So if you take a look at the red text here, you can actually see that it's a completely different color from the retail to fake. The fake one being a much darker text compared to the retail one, which is a bright red, pretty much almost matching the labels and the back of the shoe. Looking at the inside of the shoe, you can see it has that Cactus Jack text underneath the swoosh. If I show you the placement from retail to fake, you can see how different it is. So on the retail one, you can see the Cactus Jack logo is printed much lower than the fake one is. You can see how close the S is to the sole of the shoe compared to the fake one where it's positioned much higher. Also, if you give you a close-up of the actual text itself, you can see the color of the text is very different, and also the overall appearance. I would say the fake one is a darker and bolder text, and also a much shinier text compared to the retail one, which is clear to see when holding them side by side. So on the left shoe, they do actually come with 3 sets of spare laces. So they have a white one, a red one, and a brown one. The difference that can be spotted is on the brown one. So if I give you a close-up of this, you can see a clear difference between the two colors. So from the close-up, you can see that the fake one, the brown laces aren't really brown. They do actually have a more hint of green in them compared to the retail ones, which match the upper of the mocha brown. Looking at the outer side of the left shoe, you can see it has that significant backward swoosh that's famous for Travis Scott. If you look just above that, it does have a brown stitching across the nubuck suede. If I give you a close-up of the retail and fake, you can see there's a difference between the two of them. The fake one, the stitching stops much sooner than it does on the retail one. On the retail one, it practically touches the backward spacing swoosh, whereas on the fake one, it doesn't. There's a gap between the two. So if I switch back to the right shoe here, there's actually quite a clear and obvious difference between the two. So on the retail one, there's no markings or anything that would suggest how it's put together. Whereas if you look at the fake one, you can see the white dotted line which marks where to put on the backward swoosh. So on the fake one, there is actually factory markings of how they've put this shoe together, which shouldn't actually occur. So now if I show you the inner labels of both of these shoes, you can actually see a difference between the retail and fake. On the retail label, you can see the text is much thicker and bolder compared to the fake one. On the fake one, you can see the text is much thinner. So as you can see from this video, there are a lot of things to point out if you are trying to authenticate a real pair of the Travis Scott Jordan 1 reverse mochas. And I hope this video has helped you if you're trying to figure out what is the difference between a retail and fake, and what to do if you're trying to purchase a retail pair. But please like, subscribe, does help the channel grow, helps me do videos just like this and hopefully bigger ones in the future. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day.